Hi, I'm Beth Phelan. I'm a literary agent, and welcome to Office Hours. The way I've described my job in the past is sort of like a sports agent, except it's with authors. We find publishers to publish their books, and from that point on, sort of help navigate their careers with them. I focus primarily on middle grade and young adult books. When I started reading, I was in middle school, and that's how I fell in love with books. As I grew older, I found that I still loved reading those middle grade novels, and I loved reading YA novels. And when I got to college, I didn't really have any interest in reading the adult books. I found them kind of boring. I don't have other passions. My passion is books. I have a lot of anxiety as a person. You know, I was an anxious kid growing up. Books really gave me a sense of belonging and a place to escape to, and, you know, characters that felt like my friends. So as a literary agent now, I love that I can be one of the first people to find that story and that sort of, you know, safe space for other readers and other kids that are like me, who are super anxious, find a place where they can feel safe and feel like they belong. I spend my day working at my laptop, reading whenever I can set aside a nice chunk of time, tweeting publishing advice or about my hair journey or my mental health, or just random things that come to mind. My Twitter is a little bit of industry stuff and a lot of just me. I think what excites me the most about being a literary agent is that thrill of discovery when you first read a book by an author who will end up being your client, and just falling in love and having all these ideas of which editors you want to gush about it to, and, you know, editorial notes that you might have, and picturing what the book cover is going to look like. Also, what's exciting is when an author writes other books. You know, it's hard enough to write a first book, never mind a second book and a third book. So I'm very excited to get to work with a lot of authors who have been very successful in writing a ton of books. I mean, I work with Catherine Ormsby, who has like 4 middle grade novels and 2 more in the pipeline to publish, and then 4 YA. So I'm really lucky. I have a lot of authors who are making this into a career, and I get to work with them over the long term and be there with them on their journey, and it's really exciting. Since we're in a pandemic, I don't go out very much, and even when I was able to, I didn't do more than work in coffee shops just for the change of scenery. Now going out mostly means walking my dog Beefy in my neighborhood. I'm really lucky to have her around so it doesn't get too lonely working from home. And now that it's getting colder, she's become especially cuddly. I think some skills that make for a good agent, first I think hustle, because most agents work on commission. We don't have a salary, many of us don't have benefits. You're often working late into the night and on the weekends and over holidays, and, you know, for a long time I didn't take a vacation because there just wasn't any time if I wanted to stay on top of all my work and sign more clients and make deals so that I could pay my rent. You have to be confident in your reading skills and your taste. You know, the job is taking a book and trying to convince other people that they should also like that book. You need to be able to communicate that to an editor and get them to believe it as well. You need to be a good advocate for your clients. For my authors, I certainly can be protective and am willing to go to bat for them. So I think agents, you know, need to be ready at all times to step in and maybe get their hands a little bit dirty sometimes. DVpit is a Twitter pitch event for marginalized authors and illustrators. I started it in 2016, and there have been 2 events a year. Up until now, it's going to be once a year now. I started DVpit because as an agent, I knew that I wouldn't have much control over anything else but my own list. And I knew that my impact as a single person would be pretty small. So I wanted to create a platform that would allow other agents to get involved and change the industry in a bigger way if everyone together was diversifying their lists and looking for marginalized voices to support and to publish. The response has been really great. I feel like a lot of people in the industry are aware of DVpit. They know what DVpit is. A lot of people show up to every event, authors and the agents and the editors. A couple of years ago, we started DV Art, which is specifically for illustrators, whether that's picture book or graphic novel. You know, I think there are some people who just love books and they want to be the person who connects an author with a publisher and makes their dream come true because they think the job is just a gatekeeping position, when really it's making those strong connections between your author and the right publishers for them, and then also guiding them through their career beyond that. So it's not just about that initial submission, hey, I have your email address, I'm going to send you this project and it's great. It's also, do I have the experience to understand what the terms mean and how to negotiate better terms? What are the industry standards? Is this a fair contract? Is this a good publisher? How do I help them navigate what next book they should write, or if they want to switch to a different category or to a different genre? Understanding that the job takes a lot more than just a love of books, although that is super important. I think what I'm most proud of in my career so far is that I've just been able to develop such a great list of authors. I am totally fine with bragging about all of them because they're so fantastic, and I think it's just, oh my god, I'm gonna cry a little bit. I'm just very proud of all of my clients.